Chapter 8. How do I approach the NPRC? For the NPRC to successfully achieve its task, it has to reach out to victims and perpetrators, including witnesses. This will assist to give a broad picture of the source and nature of the conflict. The NPRC must give equal voice to victims, survivors, and perpetrators. It may not be possible to collect statements from everyone. Still, the NPRC must reach out to as many people as possible. 8.1. NPRC officers. The Constitution and the NPRC Act empower the NPRC to hire its own staff. The Act further allows the NPRC to have a head office to be situated in places to be determined by the Commission in consultation with the responsible minister and the Minister of Finance. The offices must be easily accessible to the public and to the persons with disability. It is recommended that the offices of the Commission be as friendly, especially to the victims, as possible. The location must encourage maximum participation and engagement. 8.2. Survivors. The Constitution is silent on how survivors and victims should approach the NPRC. This also does not seem to be addressed in the NPRC Act currently. The procedure for lodging of complaints to the NPRC can then be determined by the commissioners in the regulations. As soon as the procedure is available, the guide will be updated to make that information accessible. 8.3. Witnesses. Under Clause 10, subsection 13 of the Act, the NPRC guarantees the safety and protection of witnesses before, during, and after its hearing. However, the NPRC Act does not say how the NPRC is going to guarantee such. Regulations will be expected to fill into this gap. 8.4. Perpetrators and violators. The Constitution says the NPRC must bring about national reconciliation by encouraging people to tell the truth about the past and facilitating the making of amends and provision of justice. The Constitution does not mention how the NPRC will encourage alleged perpetrators to come forward. Generally, other commissions encourage people to come and talk by offering them amnesty, or if they're not willing to do so, by using threats of punishments. This can take the form of encouraging them to come and speak. What happens, for instance? What did they do to whom? And who sent them in exchange of forgiveness? The NPRC Act compels any person called upon to appear before the Commission to do so. Under Section 10, subsection 3, the NPRC Act, the Commission shall afford any person who is alleged to be directly or indirectly responsible for perpetrating, implementing, perpetuating, or permitting the continuance of any violence, dispute, or conflict 14 working days from the date when he or she is notified of the allegations in writing by the Commission to respond to such allegations in writing. Summary box. The NPRC must reach out to as many people as possible. NPRC offices must be accessible and located in a friendly place that does not frighten people from giving their testimonies. There is no law yet in place on how victims can approach the NPRC. The NPRC Act and the NPRC must guarantee the safety and protection of the witness before, during and after its hearings. The Constitution says the NPRC must encourage people to tell the truth about the past and facilitate the making of amends and provision of justice.